Here we have a 7-win streak in Platinum using DDD.
Now's the time.
My ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Let's take a look. Swirl Slime, Fusion Summoning, Flame King Genghis. Swirl Slime, gonna summon the Typhon from the grave. That's gonna summon Griffin. Griffin's searching for Orthros. Normal summon the Orthros. That's gonna allow us to synchro summon Baronne de Fleur, protecting us from Nibiru. Gilgamesh, setting the pendulum scales. Oh, so I actually had to use Baronne to pop my scale because my Ragnarok was in my hand. Crazy. I've never done that before. That was nuts. Pendulum summoning Copernicus and Griffin. Sending Necro Slime from the deck to the grave with the Copernicus effect. Xyz summoning Caesar. Now Link summoning with the Caesar. That is going to activate its effect to search the deck. Ragnarok's pendulum effect is going to summon Genghis from the grave. With that contract we search, we're going to summon our second Genghis. Typhon's effect in the graveyard, banishing that and the Griffin to summon Flame King Genghis. Now here Flame King Genghis ends up summoning Caesar from the graveyard. This might not be the optimal play. Up to you to decide here. With that Caesar, I turned it into a Makai X. I could have easily used the Gilgamesh that I had that was Link summoned on the field to make the Makai X. Instead of fusion summoning using the Typhon and the Griffin, I should have used the Caesar and summoned the Griffin from the graveyard using the Flame High King Genghis' effect. When the Griffin was summoned from the graveyard, I would have been able to search for a headhunt, for DD headhunt. That would have been the optimal player here. Slight misplay, but they say that only the best players can see their mistakes and learn from it. Passing turn, chicken game. We're gonna allow the chicken game to resolve. Servant of Endymion is a pendulum scale. Makai X is going to absorb that pendulum scale. Upstart Goblin will allow the upstart. Mythical Beast Jackal, normal summon. Dark World Dealing. We're both going to draw a card, discard a card. Discarding Kepler. Allure of Darkness. I'm not going to allow them to draw 2 cards. Baronne de Fleur, negating the Allure of Darkness. They have 2 cards left in their hand. Mythical Beast Jackal, we're going to absorb that with the Makai X. And they're scooping. Game 2. Going first, all we have is DD Savant Kepler. So here you're going to see a DD 1-card combo with Kepler. Dark Contract with the Gate. Kepler is going to normal summon it. Search for the Dark Contract with the Gate. The Gate is going to search for Griffin. Activate Griffin's effect. Summon it. Link summon Gilgamesh. We're going to set our scales. King Zero and Cerberus. Cerberus is going to change this Kepler to a level 4. Xyz summon. Rank up Xyz. King Tell. King Tell, when it goes to the graveyard, we're going to send Necro Slime. Necro Slime, fusion summon. Genghis. Using the Gilgamesh to Xyz summon Makai X. Genghis effect is going to bring back the Caesar. When we link summon with the Caesar, it's going to search the deck for the Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Swamp King contract. Fusion summoning using Caesar and Gilgamesh in the graveyard. Summon Genghis. Xyz summon Caesar. Leaving us off with a Makai X and a Caesar. I get Kaiju'd right off the bat. I probably should have activated my Maxi sooner. We're gonna Ash the Allure of Darkness. Harpy's Feather Duster blowing out my back row. Then I think we got a little bit out of order here, but that's fine. They got a Borreload Savage Dragon pet. Could this be the Dragon Link deck I played against? Starting off, fusion summoning Genghis using Swirl Slime's effect and Lamia. We're gonna summon Copernicus, sending Necro Slime to the graveyard. Necro Slime's effect is going to banish itself and Lamia. Fusion summoning Genghis. Now, Genghis' effect is going to target the Necro Slime, bring it back from the graveyard. Xyz summoning, Wave High King Caesar. Now we're going to link summon Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh going to set the scales. No? Oh, this is where I misclicked. I misplayed. I clicked no to activating Gilgamesh's effect. We're still going to win. Against Dragon Link, Hardpiece Feather Duster, blowing out my back row, but all I had was a Crossout Designator. Quick Launch is going to be negated by the Wave High King Caesar. Powering up itself and the Gilgamesh. Next, Rite of Aramesser, negated by Caesar. Normal summoning, Rocket Recharger. They're going to link summon Striker Dragon. On the summon of the Striker Dragon, they're going to search for a Boot Sector Launcher. Boot Sector Launch, I chain Ash Blossom, negate. Striker Dragon's effect, destroying itself, returning the Rocket Recharger from the graveyard to the hand. Passing turn. Let's see if we can make it to lethal here. Drawing Nibiru, we're not making it to lethal. Xyz summon, Mach and X, using the Gilgamesh, just so that we can deal a little bit more damage. Now, using the Mach and X to Xyz summon Zeus in defense, playing around the Lightning Storm. And they're scooping. Game 4. Kepler, Cerberus, 1-for-1, Call by the Grave, and Infinite Impermanence. Going first, summon the Kepler. It's going to search, add Dark Contract with a gate to the hand. The Dark Contract with the gate, we're going to search for Griffin. Griffin's effect will special summon it from the hand. Link summoning Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. Pendulum scales. What are we scaling? Griffin and the Zero King Rage. Griffin. Oh. I set the Griffin and the Zero King Rage because I had DD Cerberus in my hand. Normally you would want to scale the Zero King Rage and Cerberus because the Cerberus can change your DD monsters to level 4. Using the Griffin's effect to power up Gilgamesh, destroying itself will clear the space for us to scale the Cerberus. Pendulum summoning Cerberus and the Kepler. I'm sorry, Griffin and Kepler. Cerberus' effect is going to change Kepler to level 4, allowing us to Xyz summon Caesar, rank up Xyz into the King Tell. Now, King Tell and the Gilgamesh, we're going to link summon another Gilgamesh. King Tell's effect in the graveyard. It's going to send to the graveyard. Yes, a Necro Slime. Necro Slime's effect in the graveyard, banishing Gilgamesh and itself to fusion summon Flame King Genghis. Now, using the Gilgamesh on the field to Xyz summon Mach and X, that's going to trigger the Flame King Genghis effect, bring it back to Caesar. You've seen this before. Link summoning with the Caesar and the Mach and X. Gilgamesh. Caesar's effect in the graveyard, searching for the Dark Contract with a Swamp King. Swamp King, activate it. We're going to fusion summon, banishing Caesar and Gilgamesh from the graveyard. Summon our second Genghis. Xyz summoning, rank 6, Wave High King Caesar. Our final summon for the turn, the final Mach and X, using our last Gilgamesh Setting infinite impermanence, we have 2 negates with the Caesar, 1 interruption, 2 interruption, possibly 3 interruptions with the Mach X and the infinite impermanence. Wave High King Caesar is going to negate the Live Twin Lila. Negate and destroy. Live Twin Home, also going to be negated by the Wave High King Caesar. Passing turn, there's nothing they can do. We draw a Dark Contract with the Gate. Dark Contract with the Gate and the Swamp King burning us. Zero King Rage protecting us from being burned. We're only getting burned for 1,000. Now, Dark Contract with the Gate. Searching for Orthros. Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Fusion summoning Flame High King Genghis. Using, or I should say banishing, Flame King Genghis and Kepler. Now, we're going to normal summon the Orthros that we searched with the Gate. When that happens, it's going to trigger the Flame High King Genghis effect to summon Flame King Genghis from the graveyard. We have a level 4 tuner, level 6 Genghis, Synchro Summon, Barone de Fleur. Here we are, Pendulum Summoning, Griffin, discarding Contract with the Gate to draw a Maxi, going in for lethal. There it is. We're still going here. What is that? That was game 4 into game 5, starting off with a Necro Slime, Ash Blossom, Kepler, Copernicus, and a Tomas. Normal summon Kepler, searching for a contract with the Gate. Contract with the Gate is going to search for Griffin. Griffin's effect, summon it. Link summoning. We're going to set our scales. Zero King Rage and a Cerberus. Pendulum summoning Griffin, Kepler, Copernicus, and Necro Slime. Griffin's effect is going to allow us to discard Tomas to draw a card. Copernicus effect is going to send Vice Typhon from the deck to the graveyard. Now, the Cerberus Pendulum effect, targeting Necro Slime, changing it to a level 4. We're going to Exceed Summon with that Necro Slime and Copernicus, Wave King Caesar. Rank up Exceeds into the King Tell. Link summoning another Gilgamesh, using Gilgamesh and the Tell. Tell's effect in the grave is going to send Swirl Slime. Necro Slime's effect in the grave, banishing itself and Gilgamesh. Fusion summoning Genghis. Gilgamesh, using it to Exceed Summon Mach X. That's going to trigger Genghis' effect to bring back Caesar from the graveyard. Caesar and Mach X, Link summoning, you've seen this play before. Now we're going to search the deck for a Swamp King contract. Using the Swamp King contract to Fusion Summon. Banishing Caesar and Gilgamesh. Summoning our second Genghis. Exceed Summon Wave High King Caesar. Vice Typhon's effect in the graveyard. Banish the Typhon and Tomas. Fusion Summoning Flame High King Genghis. Gilgamesh is going to be used to Exceed Summon Mach X. Triggering Flame High King Genghis' effect to summon King Tell from the grave. That was probably the best play that I had. Now, I think I did the same thing here again, where I should probably have used the Griffin previously to Exceed Summon and not used the Copernicus, because I have Copernicus in grave and Griffin on the field. I would rather have Copernicus on the field, Griffin in the graveyard, because here, where I summoned the Marksman King Tell, I could have summoned the Griffin from the graveyard in its place, and then searched my deck for a DD Headhunt. Whatever, it's fine. We have 2 negates with the High Wave King Caesar, and 3 interruptions with the Mach X. Branded Fusion, we're going to negate the activation of the fusion with the Caesar. Probably should have negated the Branded Fusion with the Ash Blossom in hand, but it's okay because we just negate the Water Enchantress with Ash Blossom. Now, the reason why you want to negate the effect of Branded Fusion with the Ash Blossom is so that they can't use a second one. I believe that's how it works, right? Just double check that. You can only activate 1 Branded Fusion per turn. But if you negate the activation with Caesar, they can activate a second one if they have it in their hand. Now, if you use Ash Blossom to negate the effect of the Branded Fusion, you know the difference. You know the rest. Fateful Adventure, searching for an Enchantress. Setting 3. Then it looks like they don't have much going on here. Dark Contract with the Gate. Anti-Fragrance Spell. Not going to do much against me. Searching for an Orthros. Dark Contract with a Swamp King. Summoning Oracle King Dark. Synchro Summoning Curse King Siegfried. Solemn Judgment destroying the Siegfried. Pendulum Summoning. Griffin, that's going to bring back Genghis. Here we have Lethal. Opponents going first. Pot of Extravagance. They are banishing 3 cards from their extra deck, so I'm going to chain Max C. Setting 3, passing turn. Looks like we lucked out. Normal summon Copernicus. My opponent chaining Ash Blossom, negating the Copernicus. Negate. Griffin. Special summoning it. Now we're going to link summon Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is negated by Imperm. So here, I have an Orthros and a Dark Contract with the Gate in my hand. Gilgamesh was negated by the Imperm. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use the Gilgamesh effect to set our scales. So we're going to use the Dark Contract with the Gate. Searching for Ragnarok, we have Orthros already in our hand. Scaling the Orthros and the Ragnarok, boom, we have our Pendulum Scales. Our opponent chaining Compulsory Evacuation Device, returning the Gilgamesh from the field to the extra deck. Now, Pendulum Summoning, Copernicus, Orthros. I thought Orthros was going to pop, but it was negated. I forgot. That's the Imperm column. So here we've defended ourselves for the turn. Harpy's Feather Duster. Clearing out my back row. 1 Copernicus on the field. Nibiru in the hand. Drawing a Dark Contract with the Gate. Gate. Searching for another Copernicus. Normal summon, Copernicus. Its effect, sending Vice Typhon from the deck to the graveyard. Again, link summoning Gilgamesh, setting our scales with a Griffin and a Tomas. The recovery here is amazing. Pendulum summoning Copernicus and Griffin. My opponent chaining Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. Of course we have Eldritch. Now, Special summoning Eldritch, the Golden Lord. DD Griffin's effect targeting the Gilgamesh, powering it up, destroying the Griffin. Tomas's effect is going to add the Orthros from the extra deck to our hand. Xyz summoning Wave King Caesar. Normally in this combo, I believe it would call for adding the Griffin from your extra deck to your hand, but we did Orthros instead. We're going to see where that's going to go. Rank up Xyz into the King Tell. Link summoning with the King Tell. It's going to activate its effect. Sending Necro Slime from the deck to the graveyard. Necro Slime's effect is going to be negated by Eldritch. Golden Land forever. Tribute the Golden Lord. Negate the Necro Slime. Where do we go from here? We use Vice Typhon's effect. In the graveyard, banish Copernicus and itself. Fusion summoning Flame High King Genghis. Now, using the Gilgamesh on the field to Xyz summon Makai X. That's going to trigger Flame High King Genghis' effect to summon Caesar from the graveyard. Link summoning using Caesar. It's going to bring forth Gilgamesh. Caesar's effect in grave. Searching for the Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Swamp King contract, fusion summoning, and they're scooping. Even they couldn't take it in. Let's go. Starting off, summon Kepler. My opponent, chaining Max C. Called by the grave, gonna banish their Max C, and they are so salty, they rage quit. That's how we got a 7-win streak. Not bad.